Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, big up the whole metric community, man. Smash the likes on your way in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these likes going. You know, we got news per usual. I'm always here with the Man United news. We're coming out here a bit earlier these days because we've got to just cover everything. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we're getting a little bit more busier now that it's coming to the end of the transfer window. I say the end, but there's about 11 days left. But yeah, so we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, my peoples, man, smash these likes. Let's get this stuff going. So we'll start off with the boy Ndidi, then we'll get into some Cole Palmer stuff. You never know with the boy Cole Palmer, you know. We might actually end up with this geezer. It's crazy. But yeah, this is the stuff about Ndidi. Manchester United have had talks about signing Wilfred Ndidi. The player is anxious to return to England. What's all that about? Why is he anxious? You know what I'm saying? What's all that about? He's anxious to return back to England. Like, so there's been talks about Ndidi in the last couple of days. There's been a bit of chats about him. There was meant to be some secret midfielder chat, and then obviously his name came up in it as well from Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook. So I don't know what's going on with this geezer, man, but he was part. Wait, let me go to Loftus-Cheek so you lot can see that his name's been coming up. I don't know why. As you can see, that came out yesterday. Man United are considering a midfielder on loan to bolster their hopes of Champions League qualification. And obviously, if you look at the bottom line, you can see United have also discussed Besiktas midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. Bro, I don't mind Ndidi coming on a quick loan for 4 months. Because the way I look at this thing, I look at it and it's basically like, whoever is here ain't going to be here for long. It's just a loan, come true, do your job, and then cut out. Do you understand? Someone like Ndidi, obviously, Loftus-Cheek got shut down yesterday, and now there's talks about Aston Villa going in for Loftus-Cheek. But someone like Ndidi, he's kind of a, bro, he could just sit on the bench, innit? 60 minutes happens, yo, come off the bench. Casemiro's getting tired, come and get some time. That's all it is, literally. That's all we're using you for, bro. So I'm not even pressed about the Ndidi stuff. Ndidi, Loftus-Cheek, whoever. But the only thing about it that's making it's a bit weird for me is when you look at him on FootMob, it says that he's got a hamstring injury. So what's that about then? Is this guy really injured or not? Or is this just chat? It's saying that he's got a hamstring injury and that he's out. So I don't know, man, what's going on with him. But yeah, I wouldn't mind Wilfred Ndidi, like I'm saying. Let me check if he's actually injured. Because sometimes FootMob don't know a thing or two. Wilfred Ndidi, you don't know the value of what you missed till one game without Ndidi. So I don't know, man. I don't know if he's actually injured or not. But where there's talks that he might have an hamstring injury, and then there's talks that he's not got an injury, isn't serious. Why was he yellow card? Oh, bruv, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. But Ndidi's 29 years old. We're never going to sign him on a permanent. 30th of June is when his contract ends. It looks like we're trying to get him on loan. But I'm trying to think, like, why would he even come on loan when he starts for them? Why would they let him leave if he starts for them? Look, he starts for them. Like, let's forget AFCON and all of that. Just look at the 90 minutes, 90, 86, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 83, 69. He starts for them. You got what I'm trying to say to you? So, I don't know, man. Obviously, he was on the bench for this game and he got injured on this game. So, he might have missed this game precautionary, or they didn't want to take the chance. But I don't know what's going on with the boy Ndidi, bro. But all I can say is it looks like things are stepping up. But man, I'm saying he's anxious. What is he anxious about? What's that about? Like, they're saying he's anxious. My contacts in Turkey tell me Manchester United have had talks about Wilfred Ndidi. The player is anxious to return to England. What are you scared about, big man? What do you mean you're anxious? I don't know what's going on here. He's playing in Turkey. It's a slower and easier league, of course. Apparently now he's anxious. He doesn't want to come back. I don't know. But we've had talks. And of course he'll take up the opportunity. He's never really played for a big club. He's made his name at Leicester. And he's been at Leicester ever since. And then now, bro, you've gone to Besiktas. that's a backward step. That's not a, you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's probably a bigger step from Leicester, to be honest. They'd probably be on some Europe. But bro, come on, man. Let's be real, man. So it is what it is. Let's look at him. Look at his thing on the right here. These are the teams that he's played for in his career. Besiktas now, Leicester for about 7 years, 8 years. And he played at Genk before that. You know what I'm saying? And he just came back from AFCON with Nigeria. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with this geezer. We're going to see in it if something really comes from it. Obviously, there was talks about Loftus-Cheek yesterday, and then that kind of got shut down. All the Loftus-Cheek talk. Somebody shut it down. I can't remember who it was, but they basically said, yeah, Man United will not be going for players like Loftus-Cheek, etc. I'll show you the article right now, which is here. Look, despite Mainoo's change of heart, United are still deliberating over whether to sign a new midfielder in the January transfer window. They are expected to hold a meeting at Carrington this week with Carrick, when Carrick will join the director of football, Jason Wilcox, head of recruitment, Vivel, and other key figures in the football department to discuss the possibilities. United have been looking at midfielders since the summer and may also consider signing a left winger. So maybe a left winger as well. It's looking kind of brazy. And then it says they are reluctant to pay a fee and would prefer a loan move to the end of the season. So we just want someone to come in, put in a shift, see you later. We don't want someone to come in here and stay here. See, like Gallagher and that. Everyone's talking about Gallagher. Bro, Atletico Madrid wanted their money. They got their 40 million from Tottenham. We're not going to do that because they might want to sell him in like 2-3 years. We don't want to get someone in 2-3 years we're trying to get rid of. We want to get someone that comes through the door that's here for the foreseeable. So, and an article came out saying that. It said that the only time we're going to really move is if one of our targets, one of our rivals comes in for one of our targets. And that's what you saw happen with Semenyo. Semenyo, yo, Man City moved, we had to move. And we showed our card. They are reluctant to pay a fee and would prefer a loan. It's understood they are unlikely to move for Ruben Neves or Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So I've seen a little talk about Ruben Neves. We're close to signing him. I don't know how true that is. I'd rather believe someone like Nathan So and Chris Wheeler than believe a Spanish source. Do you know what I'm saying? Saying that we're close to signing my man. So I don't know, man. But Loftus-Cheek's a myth. Ruben Neves is a myth. And then we've woken up today, and then the first thing we're seeing is literally Ndidi. You know what I'm trying to say? Look at that. Look, bam. 30 minutes ago, bro. Turkey, tell me Man United. And this is what Alex Crook came out with yesterday and said this. He said Ndidi is a backup to Loftus-Cheek. Remember, Loftus-Cheek gets injured a lot as well. We've got to remember that. Loftus-Cheek's a man that gets injured a lot. So maybe they're looking at that and saying, yeah, there's no point going for someone like Loftus-Cheek. We'll give Ndidi a little go. But I don't know if the guy is injured or not. This is what's weird. It's saying hamstring injury, but I just can't find nothing that's solidifying if he's still injured. Maybe we've got to wait for the next Besiktas game or something to find out if he's really injured. So that's the stuff about Ndidi, man. No one knows what's going to happen, man. Hopefully, we can get someone. My whole thing with this is I just want somebody to be able to come off the bench for Casemiro. 60 minutes every game, we're taking off Casemiro and we're putting someone on, which is most likely to be Ugarte. But let's just say Mainu gets injured or Casemiro gets yellow cards every day. You know Casemiro gets yellow cards. Say Casemiro gets a 1-game ban. You've got Ugarte starting, and if Ugarte's got to come off the bench or Mainu, we're looking at guys like Jack Fletcher. Bro, we're on a Champions League run right now. We're trying to get the Champions League, brother. We can't afford to slip up. So get someone that knows the Premier a little bit, sit on the bench, get his little idiot money for 4 months, and then he can skip out. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even praying that. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Keep these comments coming. You know we're gonna keep the comments coming. I'm gonna read them all in a bit. I'm just gonna smash through some of the news, and then we'll get into everything. So smash the likes and keep the comments coming. So that's the stuff about Ndidi, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. I don't mind him coming, but apparently he's injured. Then there's talks he's not injured. I don't know. His last games, he got injured in this game against Algeria in the 70th minute, and then he didn't play the next game against Egypt, which was the third place game. It's not the biggest game in the world, so they might have just said, you know what, there's no point even risking him. As you can see, he got injured here, and then he got taken off on the 69th minute. So I don't know, man, but obviously there's all these talks that there's still some talks going on. So we'll see, man, if something else happens with that. But Loftus-Cheek, forget about that. That one's done. I see people saying Loftus-Cheek and all of that is still going on. It's not going on anymore. people have shut that down and said it's a myth. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, my peoples, man. So let's get into some more news. So we've got this stuff about Ruben Neves. Look at this. I saw this the other day, and I already reported on this a few days ago. If you watch my 10-minute updates, you would have seen that I spoke about this, but it's come out again. So the same source keeps talking about it. I don't know if he's just trying to do an indicator to basically say, yeah, look, I'm doing that, saying it first. He keeps throwing it out there, and he's saying, look, Man United have now submitted a formal bid to bring Ruben Neves back to the Premier League. The report claims Al Hilal are open to the offers in the region of 23 million euros. 23 million euros is about 19 million in pounds. This guy's got 6 months left until his contract runs out. He wants to leave. He's not agreeing to a new contract. So with anyone that goes for him, you've literally got the upper hand on the team. You could offer them 14, 15 million. Look at that. His contract ends in the 30th of June. So summertime in June is when his contract ends. 13 million is his market value. We could offer them 15 million, bro. He's going to be a free at the end of the summer. Literally. We could sign a pre-agreement with him now. I know half of you have played FIFA. You understand how it works. January, you can have a pre-agreement with a player and then he comes in June for free. We could do that if we really wanted to, but he's not seen as a long-term plan. So I don't believe that we've put in a bid for him for 19 million. I think if we are going to put in a bid for him, it'll probably be like 13, 14, maybe 15 million. Burn that cash in 2-3 years, and then it is where it is. But he's not seen as someone that's going to be here for the long term. So I don't see us going for him, to be honest. And obviously, I just showed you that article from, I can't remember who it was from, but they're reliable. He's doing his thing over there in the Saudi League, of course, and he is a good player. Let's not say not. And like I said, my thing is, I'd rather have somebody than nobody. That's what I'm on. Let's get somebody in, then get nobody in. So I wouldn't mind Ruben Neves coming in. I wouldn't mind Ndidi coming in, just to be there, someone. Because at this time, we used to play with 2 players in midfield. That's changed. Now we play with 3. So we've only got 1 person on the bench as a midfielder, a senior midfielder, which is Ugarte. And bro, he's trash already. And on top of that, he's the only option we got. Casemiro burns out after 60 minutes, or he might be on a yellow card. Ugarte's got to come on. Let's just say one of them gets an injury or something. We need someone to be sitting there. But I don't think we're putting a bid for him. Like I said, I think this bid talk is crap. This is why you lot ain't seen him in the thumbnail. This is why you lot ain't seen him in my title. Man United have submitted a formal, because I don't believe it anymore. You said this 2 days ago, and then now you're just saying it again. The same thing. Why would you need to repeat your story within 3 days? If we put in a bid 2 days ago, it would have been everywhere. Now you're telling us again, it's not made no noise. All right, let me say it again. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I think this is fake news. This is why I haven't spoke about it or put it in my title or even put his face in the thumbnail. I didn't even bother. But a lot of people are saying way too high in the thing. Way too high. 23 million is not bad. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't mind anyone coming through. We've seen the report saying that we would, if we are to back him, there's going to be a meeting this week. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be Friday. If we are to back Carrick and get someone in for now, it's likely to be a midfielder and maybe a left winger, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which is crazy. A midfielder we all know about, but maybe a left winger. We saw what happened with Semenyo. We made our move. And then there's talks about Yandi Amande. So who knows, bro? We might just go mad in these last 10 days. Who knows? But we'll see. You know I'm going to be here showing you what's going on anyway. But yeah, so that's the reports on Ruben Neves, that apparently we've made a formal offer for him. I can't see it being true, and we'll see. But let me show you where it kind of got me bottled. Because you know me, I like to give you the news that comes out, and if something shuts it down, I'm not going to carry on talking about something that is more or less looks like it's fake or it's not happening. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, like I just said to you, look, this is where it says now that it's a myth. They are reluctant to pay a fee and would prefer a loan move until the end of the season. It's understood they are unlikely to move for Ruben Neves or Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They both got the same first name. I just clocked that, Ruben. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Ruben Neves. So both of them are myth, and that's Nathan Salt. Who would you believe? Some Spanish source that no one really follows, or Nathan Salt and Chris Wheeler that only speak about Man United stuff and usually bang on the money? I believe them guys. That's why I'm not really entertaining it anymore. So that's the situation with Ruben Neves and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They might be a myth. But as you can see, what I literally just said to you, look, United have been looking at midfielders since the summer. I may also consider signing a left winger. That's if, after this meeting at Carrington this week, Carrick will join Wilcox, Ravel, and then we're going to see Wagwan. So this is a big week for us, man. We got Carrick having a meeting with them. We've got talks about if we're going to go and basically back him with a loan move with someone or not. Because Carrick might turn around and say, you know what, I've got 1 game a week. I've only got 16 games. I've got enough players. I've got 1 boy from the academy that can play in midfield. I'm cool. There's no point. If I get the job full-time, of course, then we're talking. But I don't even need anyone. He might turn around and say that. Because remember, he's not even playing our 2 strikers, which is Sesko and Cunha at the moment. He's saying, no, it's cool. So if he's saying that, he might say, but people are looking at Xerxes right now. Xerxes weren't even in the Arsenal game. He weren't even on the bench. No one even knew. So he might be on some, now I'm cool, man. I got enough. And then he leaves it like that. So we'll see, my peoples, man. Obviously, we had this talks about Sekou Kone. He's in Switzerland. He hasn't got the loan deal. It hasn't been wrapped up yet. The loan deal with Luzon, he's training with them and he's played a friendly with them, but he hasn't officially signed with them yet. So he's just over there training. And remember, that's Sir Jim's second club, whatever, Nice, Luzon, Man United. Do you get it? Club source at Luzon stressing that any decision over a loan unlikely to be made until the end of the month. He's a good midfielder. We could deal with him right now. Do you know what I'm saying? We could deal with someone like Kone right now and he can have his time, but maybe they're trying to build him in a bit easy. Like, yo, go play with some big boys at the moment. The under 21 thing is bare young kids. Go Luzon, Switzerland, play with some grown men and then come to the Prem. At least then you understand it a bit more. Maybe that's what they're basically saying to him. So we'll see. These are all the results that we've had. Look at these results, bro. Killing me that Man United, clearly the 3rd best team in the league, yet everyone seems to dismiss us finishing the Champions League spot. When you look at all the everything, the expected goals and etc., we're up there. We should be more or less 3rd. But no one believes in us. And when you look at all these results that we dealt with, we was winning majority of them, and we fucked them all up. Nottingham Forest, 2-2. Tottenham, we're winning to about the 80th minute. We had to bring that game back to life. And Forest and Tottenham were literally a mirror. We scored the first goal. It went, obviously, we scored the first goal. Then they replied in the second half. And then they scored 2 goals in short succession. Short time. Tottenham scored in like 2 goals in like what? 10 minutes. Not even that. 5 minutes or something. Same thing with Forest. 3 minutes, 2 goals. Bournemouth came out from second half. Scored 2 goals in like 3 minutes. Second half. Walked out. Scored 2 goals in like 3 minutes. And we're losing. So a lot of them games were kind of similar. Every game that we've more or less conceded more than like 2 goals, it's been kind of the same. And look at that. If we won all these games, we turned all them games into W's, we'll be up there right now. Our Arsenal game will be a title clashing game. And this doesn't even involve the 10 men against Everton. It doesn't even put that in there. So imagine if that was in there now. It's crazy. But it is where it is. No coulda, shoulda, wouldas. It's here. I thought I'll just show you lot. And it is where it is. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Alvarez, I'm looking at this shoot, you know. He's a baller. But then again, it's like, do we want to settle for Sesko? We want to see what's going on. Who knows what's going on? So I don't know, man. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But Alvarez is a good player. I like him still. I like watching Alvarez, but I just can't see that happening. Atletico Madrid bought him, for 90 million euros. That's about 75 million pounds or something like that. 70-something million pounds. So what are they going to sell him for? And Atletico Madrid, they don't really take a lot of big hits. The only person they probably took a big hit was João Felix. They sold him for 40 million and then boom, boom, boom. But come on, man. They don't really take big hits on their players like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Gallagher, they more or less got all their money back. They got him for 40 million. They got 40 million back. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe they got 40 million back. The guy was on the bench the whole time. So that's what's going on. Chelsea have stepped in the race for this young kid. They've crashed the party and they're offering more money. And obviously Sheffield Wednesday, they've got a points deduction. They're on like -7 or something crazy, bro. So they're trying to get as much money as they can. You can't even blame them. But this kid, he's doing his thing, man. He's starting every game. Look at them. Look at them, -7. Oxford United is on a 24. How do you even motivate them players to go out there and play? They've lost their last 4 games and drew 1, but how do you motivate them? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, look at that. You can't even catch the next team. You're -7 because your teams took a big hit. Administration and all that. People got to buy the club. And then now you got to motivate them lot to go and do a mad thing. Crazy, man. Crazy. And then we got this young boy, another young boy now, Rafael Bellino. Sources believe he's one of the best 2009 born talents in the whole world. Arsenal and Man United are both tracking him. Let me show you the main news now. Yeah, we're going to get into it. You know what? I'm going to get a few of these comments, then we're going to get into the Cole Palmer stuff because there's news here. This is a bomber. So we'll see. But what's that? Heidi. Heidi would be good backup. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Heidi is. Ndidi will be good backup. See how I worked that out? The IDI. Ndidi makes sense. 7 watching, hit the like. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. You know what? Always here, man. Metric community peoples, man. Let's get this going. Smash these likes. We're about to get into the main news. Please, Wilcox, I want to sign them. Neves, Loftus-Cheek, Kalulu. This guy wants everyone, bro. Indeed, he won't stay if we sign him. He's aged. No, yeah, exactly. He'll just be here for a little 4 months. I'm cool with that, bro. I'm cool with that. Big up this channel. Abdullah, big up yourself, bro. Hope you're good, bro. No, anxious just means he can't wait to come back. We could take it for whatever we want to take it, boy. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, he'll be on coming back to Man United. Who wouldn't be? You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. Big up the whole metric community, man. Ndidi's not injured. Okay. He was on the bench, yeah? Yeah, that's what I said. He was on the bench, but he's under being injured with a hamstring. Footmob went mad with that one. They had a stinker in it. That's what I said. Why is he on the bench? It didn't make any sense, but I think you're right still. So it would make sense anyway, that the fact that we're even talking about him. Hello, everybody. Yeah, big up yourself, Kai. In the Egypt game, only one person was put in injured. Dessers. It's just poor wording. Meant to say he's eager. Okay. Thamesgen wants the whole team. Xerxes out. Yeah, Xerxes said it himself. He actually said himself to one of the fans, I'm out for 2 weeks. So, yeah, he's going to be 2 weeks. We're going to see Xerxes for. I'm going to get into the rest of the news anyway. You'll see it in a minute. But cool. Let me get a few more of these comments and then I'll show you the Cole Palmer stuff. Funny how Xerxes has hardly played, but picks up an injury, though he was rated by the team. They love him because he's good vibes. They all say he's funny. Sesko done a little thing the other day. He said, yeah, Xerxes the funniest. He's got all the jokes. A lot of them say he's got good vibes. But, bro, it's like he just doesn't fit anyone's team. He fits like an Italian team. They love false nines and that. You get it? So that's what I think it is. Palmer wants to come back to Manchester. Is he moving back or is he looking to leave the Chelsea? I'm going to show you the Palmer news in a second. Give me 1 minute, smash the likes, my peoples, and we get straight into it. Don't watch nothing. It says he got a knock, so he's injured in training. Palmer value is 110 million, which means he'll cost up to 200. That don't mean nothing though, man. I also think he got a 6-7 years. Palmer's contract ends in June 2033. I'm sure if man wants to leave, we can work out a young discount because of the Nacho and that thing. I think Ndidi was suspended. He had 2 yellow cards. Now he was injured. He can't be suspended because he was on the bench. You just said he was on the bench. He was on the bench. You said he was on the bench. Now you're saying he's suspended. He was on the bench though, so you can't be. If you're suspended, you won't even be on the bench. So it's cool. But look, let's get into the Palmer news anyway. Look at this now. So man's woken up, man's thinking, what's going on? Etc. Boom, boom, come on the thing. And the boy Zane, who aggregates a lot of the news, good guy. He's just like one of the aggregate pages, has come out and gave us this. And Simon Phillips, who is a proper Chelsea man, as you can see, Chelsea FC, Talk Chelsea, chelseanews.com, blah, 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 480 followers, bam. He's come out and he's put that on there. As you can see, sources claim Cole Palmer does not particularly enjoy life down south and misses his friends back home. So, boy, what can happen from this, bro? This is Chelsea fans. This is nothing to do with us. We're not even pushing this news out. We're not even sitting there and saying, yo, Cole Palmer, come home. They're pushing it out. Chelsea fans are pushing it out. It's their aggregate page. That's the ones that are always pre. When there's news that comes out, like you just saw Ruben Neves, we made a bid, I won't take it serious. But if it's another, say it's a Brighton fan page saying that Brighton and Man United are in for Ruben Neves, that's when you take it serious because they've got no reason to give us good news. This is Chelsea fans talking. Simon Phillips is a Chelsea guy that reports and aggregates a lot of Chelsea news. As you can see, look, He's talking about other stuff. Look, Chelsea supporters will have to do a lot better than last Saturday's pathetic protest if they want to force action from Baghdad, Egbali, etc. So all their stuff, Nazar Kinsella, he's their aggregate page where he gives them all their main, all their main news, basically. He will give it to them. CFC, PY, there's a few of them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is what he's saying, man. Look at that. Bournemouth plan to resist any bids for Chelsea targets. So everything Chelsea is him. So this has nothing to do with no agenda or man's trying to force anything. He's come out today, as you can see, 7:42. And says sources claim Cole Palmer does not particularly enjoy life down south and misses his friends back home. And there's even an article there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, you lot are saying he's going to be like 100-something million, but you never know, bruv. Ineos haven't done that. They haven't done that madness shit. You know that crazy, everyone's got their player that they get. You saw, what's it called? Todd Bowley and that. They went out there, they paid 115 for Caicedo. They paid 120 for Enzo. They done them big ones to say, this is our statement signing. Everyone's got that. Arteta went and paid 100 million for Declan Rice. You know what I'm saying? Pep's done it about 100 times with all fucking Vardio and Grealish and all of these guys. But everyone has their time when they go and do that signing. Man United still ain't spent 100 million on a player yet. We've never done it. The closest we got was Pogba, was like 89 million or something. That's it. So every ownership has their time when they will go crazy. This could be ours. He wants to go back home. You know what I'm trying to say? He wants to go back to Manchester. He misses his family and friends. He's not enjoying life in London. Down south is London. That's what south is. So, boy, who knows what might happen, bro? The boy CP might come back. He might come back to Manchester and then bam, it is where it is. I can't see him going back to City. I can't see that happening. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's a Man United fan. It might just be. This is from Chelsea as well. It's not like it's a rivalry. We don't really care about Chelsea. So something might come from this, bro. It is where it is, but this is Chelsea fans aggregating it. Remember that. So who knows, man? We'll see, bro. Remember, we've got, yeah, exactly. Gamer, exactly. Main Uzi's dog. Free my boy, remember. Free my boy and all that. Main Uzi's bedroom. So he's plugged in over it. And remember, he was in the Manchester City Academy. He's from Manchester. He's going to know a few people. All these friends. He's come on. His dad and his granddad, a Manchester United fan. It is where it is. And like I said, bro, this is not no Spanish news or nothing. This is not no reporter that we don't know. This is Chelsea fans aggregating it. Nothing to do with us. 480k this geezer, and they go to him for their news. Same way I go to Zayn, they go to him. And he breaks down all their news and shows them everything that's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? So, boy, you lot take it for whatever you want to take it for. Is there any truth in that? But if it's coming out now, he wants to leave and all this ownership thing, not that he wants to leave, but he's not happy and he'll rather be closer to home. Basically, he's homesick. That's what you call it, homesick. When you want to be closer to home, etc. So as you can see, look at that. Fabrizio saying certain things about Jacquet, etc. They will aggregate it, etc. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's everything Chelsea. And that is what they're saying. They're saying that Cole Palmer does not enjoy his life down south and he misses his friends back home. He wants to go back up there. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Let me see what you lot are saying in this comments about this situation there. Crazy. What's that there? True, but had a yellow against Algeria the game before. Not sure if the card was reset in the semi-final. Nah, man. He wouldn't be on the bench. If you're dismissed and you can't play a game, you won't even be on the bench. You won't even come in. You'll be missing. You won't even be in the stadium more time. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, I don't know. I don't see Palmer leaving Chelsea. The valuation in his head going to be a Mazzolini. What do you think the valuation will be, though, peoples? 120 mil? 100 mil? Like, what do you not reckon it will be, though? And remember how much people we've got leaving. We've got Harry Maguire leaving. That's about 190k. Casemiro, 300k. Rashford's due to go. That's 300k. We've got all the wages that will be saved and the wages that are being saved now. People are forgetting about the wages that's being saved now, you know. Sancho, 300k, whatever it is. Rashford, him being on loan. The amount of wages we're saving. Aston Villa's basically paying everything for Sancho. We're saving so much money. You just have to add it up. Not saying it's going to be 100 million or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's going to be a madness where when you add in the Garnacho money, we could spend 3 times that money. 40 million we got for Garnacho, and we could spend 3 times that money. Anthony, all of these guys, we haven't even touched anything yet, bro. All we bought was Lamans for 20 million. We probably had that money there already. It's crazy. Maino needs to tap up, man. I'd be like, yo, there's bare space for you. Exactly. Can you imagine? Save. It's crazy. So, yeah, man, that's what's going on with the boy Cole Palmer, man. We'll see what happens. But this is Chelsea fans coming out here today and saying it. And there's a few of them in the comments like, this is the beginning of the end, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what's going on. Could United afford buying Palmer? City could afford him. Yeah, we could afford. We could afford him, but it would obviously limit us in other positions. Do you know what I'm saying? You see how we want a left winger? We could say, you know what, we just buy Palmer and then boom, fuck it. Fuck the left winger. You know what I'm trying to say? And then obviously Palmer is a natural replacement for Bruno, of course. But Chelsea fans say weird things though. One minute they'll be like, oh, I'm not happy with him in the centre. Oh, he's better on the wing. He's better on right wing. I don't know, man. Some of them, they have their discussions, innit? I watch them sometimes. They'll be like, Palmer's better when he's right wing. Palmer's better when he's in the 10. Palmer, they're just so up and down. They don't even know what's the best places for him. So I don't know. I don't know where he would fit the most, to be honest with you. 110 million is market value, so you can add 50, 70 million on top of that. But bro, we're forgetting, if he could go out there and say, I want to leave. He could say, I'm not happy. I want to go back to Manchester. This is what is being said. Well, if we're just going off the article, sources claim Cole Palmer does not necessarily enjoy life in London. He wants to go back to his friends in Manchester. And he's always in Manchester anyway. Every time someone's performing or something or rapping, they got something going on in the AO Arena, he'll come back. Meeks, Mannies, and all these guys, I've seen him in pictures with them. Central Season Manchester, he's there taking pictures. He's always coming back. His whole family's here. He's a Man United fan. It is what it is. So I don't know. If we're just going off the article alone, then it's obviously telling us that he would prefer to go back. He's obviously bothered. We don't know what's going on. But, bro, Ineos might have their one little guy, man. They ain't had that big signing yet. We've had these talks about Belieber and the Andersons. Cole Palmer might be the guy where we get the big signing from. Who knows? Man United fan, let's go for it. It is where it is. 100 million, I reckon. I reckon 100 million should be enough. You got to remember as well, he's been doing little... He will go like 15 games without scoring. He's not the same player he was last season, you know. Going crazy, bare assists. Remember, Jackson was more playing to his game. This gooey guy and Delap, he's not been assisting, man. Let's go and check out Cole Palmer. Let's see exactly what he's been getting up to over there. But I'm sure he's not hitting the same heights he was hitting last season. You know what I'm trying to say? 100% he's not. 23 years old. Obviously, his contract's till 2033. So it'll definitely be some P's. Look at that. Let's look at him. Look, this is his last 10 games now. 1 goal against Brentford the other day. I think that was that a penalty? Yeah. Bournemouth, 1 goal. 1 goal against Everton. This is not what we were seeing. He was scoring every game. I swear he scored about 12 goals in a row. Was it like six games in a row or something last season? You know what I'm saying? This is 10 games. 10 games. And then we do the 10 games up before that. A goal against Bayern Munich. A goal against Brentford. 2 goals against PSG in the Club World Cup. And then obviously that's another goal with the Club World Cup. But this is not the same Cole Palmer last season. And if we can even compare, where is it? He's got 100. This is his stats in total. He's got 110 goals and assists, I think it is, for in how much games? Let's see. 110 games, and he's got 48 goals. You know he scores a lot of penalties and whatnot. But yeah, man, he's not the same guy. Do you know what I'm saying? I think they'll be lucky to kind of get 100 million. Obviously, they can demand 100 million because of the player he is, and we know he's a baller and whatnot. But bro, he hasn't been the same guy. And they've been getting onto him. If you watch the Chelsea fans, they've been onto him. They've actually been on him. Oh, he doesn't suit the 10. Oh, he doesn't suit the right wing. Some of them were saying Maresca's killing him. Maresca's killing Palmer. And then they were saying this season, you know what? It's him. He's been shit. They watched him at Etihad and he was trash. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. It's a weird one. But this is Palmer's form. He's still got a little bit on his contract. So I don't know. It's still going to be a bit of money. But the main thing is this is coming from Chelsea fans. This is a Chelsea outlet with their fans crediting their journalists. I don't know these guys. I can't sit here and tell you if it's a hundo or not. I don't know these guys. But the Chelsea fans Simon Phillips, 480k followers, and he aggregates all Chelsea news. They're saying that Cole Palmer does not enjoy life down south and misses his friends back home. Bring him to Manchester, please. Number one midfielder, Neves, Loftus-Cheek to United is better. PSR is leaving and selling academy players, won't give ×3 anymore. When's that? When's that going into play? When is that going to happen? And we're not paying the lunch lady now. Time to bring pay. Remember, innit? We cut down so much madness. All of these staff cuts as well. I forgot about that. I was just talking about the Sanchos and them, man. But it's true. We're not paying a lot of people, so it's crazy. We've got a lot of money there. He's a creative player. He's a creative player, winger, and attacking midfielder. Yeah, he does it all, man. Palmer to United, really, that's crazy. But I think he doesn't fit in our team. How? He can fit anywhere. He just literally just said it. The comment before you literally just says everywhere he can play. Come on, Cash, man. He can fit in there, bro. Don't forget we got Bruno, but if Ineos pull the plug on Bruno, then I don't want to hear it. Bro, he could play with Bruno at now, and then he could take Bruno's turn. He's 23. Bruno's 32 or something, 31, I swear, or something like that. He could take his turn. So it is where it is, man. So, boy, it is where it is. Cole Palmer, what's that? Nico Paz, you say? Don't forget we got Bruno, but if we put it back. I've heard about this Nico Paz. I've seen Fabrizio put his name in certain talks. I think he plays for Como or Real Madrid. I don't know. But I've never seen him or watched him or nothing. But I've heard his name a few times. Fabrizio spoke about him. Palmer signed a 9-year contract, so he's tied to Chelsea. That don't mean nothing, man. Everyone's tired, man, until something happens. Everyone's tired. Palmer has only played 13 games and scored 5 goals. Wonder if there's a clause. That's what I'm saying. We won't even know. These are stuff that they might end up knowing. There might be a little clause in there, 80 million or something, or 90 million or 100 million. Who knows? De Ligt and Xerxes. Yeah, that's 2 that we know about already. So yeah, love for that. We know that they're both out. We don't know what happened with De Ligt, though. De Ligt, we heard there was a small injury. This geezer's been gone for about 2 months, bro. Literally. Small injury. Him and Mount. Minor. They'll be back next week. Bro, the guy's been missing ever since. It's coming like a Malasia thing, bro. It's crazy. I hear it, but the hierarchy rate him higher than that. He's not leaving for less than 100 million plus. We need 100 million signing. We need one. We're due one. We've never had one. That's the thing. We're actually due an 100 million signing. So we'll see. Palmer's injury prone. I will not pay 100 million for him because he would take injury prone. I don't know about that. Injury prone. Injury prone. Palmer. I don't know. I've seen him get injured a few times, but come on, man. I don't know about injury prone. That's a bit harsh. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Cool. Let's have a look. He had no minutes against Arsenal because he missed the Arsenal game. He was injured for the Arsenal game. So 0 minutes, right? He came back for Leeds. Obviously, they probably gave him 29 minutes because of the Arsenal game. He was injured, etc. But where else is he? Where else did he miss? 21 minutes against Man United because why? They had a player sent off. Remember? He started taking off all their attackers. He took Palmer off. He took off the other winger. Was it Neto? I can't remember. But what else? Brentford, 34 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe just he felt something. But there's no 0 minutes. You're injured when there's 0 minutes. 0 minutes is here in the Club World Cup. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Why is it saying Senegal? Oh, England plays Senegal. Yeah, he was on the bench probably. That's it. So I don't know about injury prone because there's literally one Club World Cup game that they probably rested him for, Esperance, and only Arsenal and arguably Brentford. Not that Brentford, the other one, when they played them before. Here, 34 minutes. So I don't know, man. I don't know about injury prone still. I don't know. 21 minutes, we know why he got the 21 minutes because they got sent off and they made so much subs straight away. You got something to say? He subbed off all of these wingers literally straight away. Look at that. Neto came off. Estavio came off in the 6th minute. Neto came off in the 7th minute. Palmer came off in the 21st minute. So we can't talk about injury prone. I wouldn't say he's injury prone. I know he's been injured a few times, but I wouldn't say he's injury prone. Though. That's a bit mad. It's injuries, man. He's been having back-to-back issues with his groin. I don't know. But this is what I'm saying, but he's still playing, though. Are you talking about De Ligt or Palmer? You talk about Palmer or De Ligt? Because remember, we had this situation with Maresca. Did you not see that article that said that sometimes the medical team is telling Maresca to take him off and he's saying no. The medical team had to sit on the bench to tell Maresca to take off some of the players. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Take up a bed next to Shaw and Mount. Shaw and Mount have been all right this season, though. Let's be real. They've been calm this summer. Bro, where did you hear this Palmer thing from? It's literally on the screen right now. Yeah, he plays for Como. Okay, Nico Paz. Chelsea were asked 200 million for Chelsea. I don't think they can, man. 200 million, bro. Isaac was the best player, one of the best strikers, and he went for 120. Chelsea could ask for 100 and whatever, but bro, if he says he wants to go and he makes it mad and it gets toxic, he has to bounce, bro. It is what it is. Back injuries are serious. I think they are being super, super cautious with De Ligt. All of November, he came on for 30 minutes and went off injured again. I don't know, man. It's something to do with the medical team, man. They were saying they can only play him for certain times. Chelsea medical staff cannot keep their squad fit and injury-free. We've got the facilities for him, big man. Exactly. He only got 13 games all season, 12 in the league out of 20 and 1 in the Champions League. He has not played in any cup. I don't know, man. But he doesn't like life in London. He misses his friends in Manchester. That's it. You know what I'm saying? What a way to wake up. Hopefully the boy Palmer, yeah, he does the right thing and he makes it over it. Yeah? Because, bro, we need a big signing anyway. We've never spent over 95 million. Hopefully he's the guy. I don't know about all that. I just pulled up his file. I didn't see all of that. I saw that he played a lot of games and he only really missed 2-3 games. But it is where it is, isn't it? If he's, remember, their medical team, they were going through dramas with Maresca as well. They had to be on the bench and all of that. It was crazy. So it's all mad. So that's the situation about Cole Palmer, guys. We'll see if anything progresses. Obviously, this is not saying that, yeah, he's leaving or... But this is just something to give you lot. Like, yo, this has happened. Today, I'm bringing it to you lot. Who knows? In a week's time, 2 months, it might come out from Fabrizio. Yo, my man is fully not happy over there. It's brewing. The results are not playing off. Say they miss out on Europe. They might miss out on Europe. He starts getting more frustrated. I can't... You know this guy's got an ego of a star. So it is where it is. It's not nothing that we can see that's going to change tomorrow. It's just sources claim he's not loving life in London and he misses his friends back home. So you never know. You never know. It is where it is. Let's get into the more news. Shea Lacey is back with the first team again. Remember, he had his little one-match ban from the Brighton game, and then he couldn't play he couldn't even be on the bench for the Man City game. So he is now back. So big up the boy Shea Lacey. We'll see. I can see my man giving him a little chance still, Carrick. Especially if we're playing well and we're taking the lead in games. And this is what we wasn't doing under Amram. We kept saying it about the young boys. Oh, when they're going to get their debut? When Shea Lacey? Obviously, he got his debut, but we couldn't give it to him a bit sooner because we wasn't wiping teams to the floor. We wasn't putting teams out straight away. It was always just narrowly. Well, 1-1 or 2-2 or 2-1 and we're hanging on. So big up the boy Shea Lacey. Hopefully he can get some more time. Obviously, we just got the news about big up Abdullah. He put the news in there about De Ligt and Xerxes are not with the Man United squad. And obviously that's from my man. So it's a myth. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be there. And that's two players that we knew was kind of injured anyway. Both of our Dutch players. De Ligt's been gone for a minute. And Xerxes said he's gone for 2 weeks. And then there's talks that Xerxes could leave before the window ends. And he said he's gone for 2 weeks on the 16th. 2 weeks lands on like the last days. Roma's still waiting, is what Fabrizio said. He's still waiting to see what happens. So we'll see. Look at that. Aston Villa have inquired about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He has also been offered to Manchester United. Talks between Loftus-Cheek's agents and United are only early stages, but they now run the risk of being picked to the post by Villa. How do we run the risk if we don't even care? They've offered him to us. How do we run the risk? But my thing is, we need to get somebody. Get somebody that can be a backup to Casemiro. Because we can look at it and say Ugarte, whatever. But bro, one injury or one Casemiro suspension, Ugarte starts, and then we've got Jack Fletcher to come off the bench. And bro, these guys are not ready. This is what I'm trying to say. This top 4 race, I'm really, really excited for it. We need to get it. You see how the league wants us to be so good. Like they're out here, they're putting Sky Sports, they're out here putting, yeah, this is the league table. But then they're putting the red thing around Man United. Look at this. No one understands. They said how the Premier League table looks after 22 matches. But you've got the red on Man United and you've got all the Man United players in there. The league wants us to be good. Where's the green for the champions? Where's the red for the relegation? Why is it just on Man United and you got Man United players? This league is dying. Look, why is Man United red? Man United are 5th. And we finished 15th last season. We're still the face of the league. Why is Man United highlighted? Why put us in red? Why is Man United highlighted? Why? Everyone's asking. No one knows. You're not talking about us. You've said how the Premier League table looks after 22 matches, but you've highlighted us. You haven't put green on the champions, the number 1. You haven't put red on the relegation. You've just put red on us. Nothing to do with us. You're not even talking about our game or nothing. They want us to be good, bro. They want us to be a good Man United again. Maybe that's why these pundits are so onto us. Who knows? But, bro, come on, man. We need a good Man United. You understand? Let's get back into some of the news. Obviously, the boy Mazraoui, big him up. He's made the team of the season, the team of the competition when it comes to AFCON. He's in there with Hakimi, Calvin Bassey. It looks like it's literally just Senegal, Nigeria, and Morocco players. That's crazy. I know they got like the furthest in the competition. That's what it probably is. The ratings goes more up for the more games you play. It must be something to do with that. So, yeah, big up the boy Mazraoui. And obviously, Mazraoui is going to be back training this week. I'm going to show you the article in a minute. Look at this. Obviously, Rooney must have said a comment yesterday. And they asked him, what do you think? Do you not think you lot be able to handle this Arsenal team? And he said, we'll slap them up. He said, yeah, of course, we'll batter them. And they're trying to do comparisons. Bro, we will mash them up. Are you all right? They're just sitting there relying on set pieces. And then we got these, man. Ronaldo on the wing, Tevez, Rooney, Scholes, Carrick, Nani, Vidic, and my man. They will swallow up Gyökeres. No homo. Allow it. Forget about it, man. So that's that. Obviously, we had the Ndidi news for those that missed it. Ndidi, we're in talks. Apparently, he's anxious about coming to England. I don't know what anxious means in their sense. It might mean eager. It might mean excited. Who knows? Because he's done it in the Premier League already. He's been relegated. He knows how it is. I can't see it. Big up the boy Sully. He's come out and said, listen, a day late, but shame on you both, Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt. They both need calling out, legend or not. There's a fine line between criticism and disrespect. They both mocked Martinez before the derby. They both, if you don't know, they literally said, Nicky Butt said, Haaland will pick Martinez up and run with him. And then Scholes said, he will score and then throw him in the net. So you just said that at random. That's not criticism. This is not Martinez. You've been poor, wanting to see you step up. They just dissed him for his height for no reason. Leach proceeded to have an incredible performance and pocketed Haaland and helped us win. Leach's response was to say it to my face instead of on a podcast. Instead of apologizing and admitting they were wrong, they attack him again after the game. And now they're saying, we want to see you do it for a longer time. We were still not convinced we can win the league with you. Bro, you're just moving the goalposts. You've dissed him about this one thing with Haaland. What Haaland's going to do to him. He's proved you wrong. Apologize, call it quits. Now you're saying, but. I can't see us winning the league with it, man. He's emotional, and allow it, man. You're spazzing out, bro. Legends or not, I don't know what you guys have got. And there's some talks that apparently they've got some new podcasts now. They're getting podcast deals now. This is what's going on. Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt have got a new podcast deal. I need to find it. I think it was Peak or something like that. United Report. Yeah, I need to find it. But apparently they've got a podcast. Basically, they're doing all this dramatic stuff so that they can get their podcast going. You know how the podcasts, they say crazy stuff. This is what apparently they've done. Let me try and find the article so that you lot can understand. There you go. Right there, as we can see it. Look at that. Nicky Butt has signed up to the new social media platform Peak, which with Paul Scholes, also in talks with the company. Peak will allow high-profile sports figures to share their opinions in return for a share of the profits. So people are saying they might be broke. Look, they're all just broke grifters, chatting shit for money. It makes sense now why they're saying all this mad stuff for no reason. Because, bro, I've never seen pundits go hard for no reason. They're going over hard. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't even make sense what they're saying, bro. Martinez showed you what was going on. Just apologize. And then Chris Wheeler also put the Man United squad have expressed frustration within the dressing room that former players and pundits seem to kick the club when they are down to draw attention to themselves, which is a fact. While they accept constructive criticism, there's concern that it's becoming personal. And it is becoming personal. You're saying man's going to lift him up and run with him and score a goal and throw him in the net. And it didn't happen. And you're only saying that because of his height. Like, come on, bro. It's getting a bit mad. If they're just saying, yo, you men are not playing well, get back into it, or you lot have been crap, what Roy Keane says. Roy Keane sounds like he's negative. But when you look at what he's saying, he's got a right to be angry and he's just dissing the players. Cool. He's just talking about the performance and whatnot. When you're just dissing a man personally like that because of his height, and then he shows you, yo, I pocketed him. So what are you saying now? You was talking. He's gonna pick me up, right? You was talking. Come out and just say sorry, bro. But Paul Scholes is just becoming one of them guys. Social media, he loves it. I don't know what he's on. It is where it is. So that's that anyway. That's that. At least you know now. You know their agenda. You know what they're on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So big up the boy Sully. Howard Webb is saying no. It shouldn't have been a red card. There's people coming out here. It was a red card. Red. They made a mistake. He's saying, nah, bro. It shouldn't have been a red card. And he's the boss of PGMO. And he's saying, listen, it depends on the speed and all of that. He done it slow. Like, it wasn't forceful. If he was forceful, it would have been a red card straight away. I think he touched the ball as well, and it wasn't forceful. So he's just standing by it. He insists too much has been made of the slow motion replays, and the yellow card was an acceptable outcome. Is what it is. But I think obviously if he got red carded, I don't think anyone would have complained. It's one of them ones. It would have been like, oh, it's Dallo as well. You know what I'm saying? Out of everyone, you know Dallo's thing already. He's just an idiot. So it is what it is. And he's definitely one when it comes to the summer. Dallo is definitely one of them that needs to go. Dallo, Ugarte, Casemiro and that are all gone already. But Dallo, Ugarte, I think they got a bounce. This is obviously the news that came out yesterday. The big thing I just told you, look, despite May news change of heart, United are still deliberating over whether to sign a new midfielder in the January transfer window. They are expected to hold a meeting at Carrington this week with Carrick, Vivell and Jason Wilcox to discuss the possibilities. And United have been looking at midfielders since the summer, also considering a left winger. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Neves are a myth. It's unlikely. We only want a loan deal, and then we want to get our proper guys in the summer. Do you understand? We had some talks about where is he? Where's my man? We had some talks about Diamande. Look at this. Leipzig insist they want to keep Diamande till the summer. Man United sent their scouts again. Tottenham as well. In the summer, it'll be a crazy battle between Man United, Tottenham, and also PSG. Tottenham, forget about them. They're not getting no one over us. They tried with Semenyo. Semenyo told them first. Before he finished deliberating about City and United, he went on the phone and just said, Tottenham, forget about it. PSG, they might have an edge on us. But look at this. This is what's going a bit mad. That could take the Diamande thing, push it a bit forward. Because we had this situation. Where is it? I need to show you lot. Basically, we had this situation where Brennan Johnson obviously got sold, and when he got sold, Tottenham, it came out that basically Tottenham are gonna let me show you that, man. Spurs. Yeah, Brennan Johnson got sold. Tottenham are basically, they said, yeah, you know what? This is who's gonna be our replacement. And they said that it's gonna be Yan Diamande. So the fact that Tottenham are in for Yan Diamande, and the only thing that's gonna make us move is if one of our players that we look at the long term, someone comes in for them. I don't really like that because it's being reactive. We should be proactive. City are proactive. We want Semenyo, we go for him. We're not going to wait if Man United move. Guy, we go for him. We're not going to wait if Arsenal make a move or someone. No. Obviously, they're probably in better situations with us. They probably ain't got no debt and financials. You see how they move, but still. Tottenham are expected to bring in something for Brennan Johnson. This was on January the 2nd. Brennan Johnson's already gone. But now there's talks about Tell leaving. They've took Tell out of the Champions League squad. They've gone and got their W yesterday. They're gassed. Tell's talking about leaving. So if Tell goes as well, that's two wingers gone. They might just make the move for Diamande and pay the 100 million, which is crazy. This guy's name has just been about for about 2 months. No one knew him for about 2 months ago. So they might pay the 200 million. Remember, they offered them Boomer more money than us, and he still picked us. They offered Semenyo the best package, and they still picked City. This is what I'm saying. Obviously, he came out and he said what he said, that he wants to play at Anfield. but he's a big Liverpool fan, but I don't think that means anything. Ekitike done the same thing. Ekitike came out and said, I'm a Man United fan. I support Man United. Who cares? They're singing his name. Hugo Ekitike. Like, they're singing him in Liverpool every game. Who cares? So it is where it is. And that was yesterday. Man United and Tottenham are still interested in him, 100 million euros, or it could even be more. But Fabrizio saying Leipzig don't want to sell him. But as you can see, look at this. Tottenham were ready to do business now with important financial proposal. They're always trying to overpay. That's the only way Tottenham attract players is by overpaying them. They tried with Mbumo, tried with Semenyo. It's not happening. No one wants to go there. And now they're one game away from sacking Frank. It's going to be even more mad because you're interim. You don't know who the manager's going to be. It's techie. So that's what we got to look out for. If they go for Diamande, we might match the bid. That's when we might make a move. We're very reactive. And that's what's been said. Man United are going to wait to see if any of their long-term players, the rivals, make a play for them. If the rivals make a play, we're going to intercept. That's the situation. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. And obviously, Carrick would have been the interim for Spurs. They would have looked at him as an interim because he played for them for 75 games if he already hadn't come Man United, etc. Mazraoui's been granted extra time off. He's expected to report back to Carrington at the end of the week. Could yet make the squad when United face Arsenal. And you see this, it's like, obviously, remember, AFCON, players are coming back from AFCON. They're already fit. They've been playing. This is why we've seen a lot of AFCON players. Omar Mamouche just came back. He was playing yesterday. Like, they don't have to, it's not a thing where they've got to sit down and wait or they've got to get up to speed or, you know, when you buy a player like in summer, you got to wait for them. They've got to start training and that. Nah, they could just play straight away. So Mazraoui's coming back on Friday and then he could just come back straight away. Do you know what I'm saying? And he could play against Arsenal. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. De Zerbi obviously shut down all the links as he should, as he would. But Man United, blah, I'm happy here. I love the city, blah, blah, blah. The boy Kobe and Bruno, player of the week, go and vote for them. Give it to Kobe, man. Bruno's got enough awards. I'm sure he's calm. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, so that's it, man. Let me leave you lot with the main news, man. And obviously, the boy Cole Palmer. Chelsea sources have come out and they've said he does not particularly enjoy life down south and he misses his friends back home in Manchester. So that's it for you, my peoples, man. Let's see if anything else has come out since then. Nope, just say Lacey's back in training. Because I know a lot of people are going to come in this chat and think that man's doing clickbait. You know me. I don't do clickbait. Smash the like, subscribe. Trust me. I'll get a few of these comments and then we'll big up the boy. Big up the boy thing as well. Who's that one there? Oh, he played for Como. Nico Paz. With how Lacey played, United bench looking scary again. Bro, you know what's crazy? I looked at our bench when we played against City and I was like, we're back. Like, everyone's back. And I didn't even realize Xerxes weren't even there. Do you know what I'm saying? So if Xerxes missing now and you put Lacey in there, because we the only young player that we had when we played City was Jack Fletcher. When I say young, I mean like isn't involved in the first team. Heaven is young, but we're used to him now. Do you know what I'm saying? Jack Fletcher. Let me show you lot. Because when everyone looked at the squad against City, we was all sitting there and saying, "Oh, no Sesko. I don't know about that. Oh, bro." Look at the team. This was the team against Fing, yeah? This was the bench. Cunha, Ugarte, Heaven, Mason Mount, and then you had Bayern there, Yoro, Malasia, Fletcher, Sesko, and that's it. So you had these 5 and obviously these 4. Do you understand? That was our bench. You know what I'm trying to say? And man didn't even realize that there was no Xerxes. Now you bring back Shea Lacey, but Fletcher might still have to stay, though, because he's the only midfielder. So who comes out? If Sesko Cunha's still on the bench, Ugarte's a midfielder. Maybe they keep it like that. Ugarte, actually. Yeah, Ugarte, Mason Mount could still play CM. He could, but you wouldn't want him to. Let's be real. It says that Casemiro got injured. This thing don't know nothing, does it? I don't think Casemiro got injured. It's probably just looked at it and thought that. But yeah, so Bray, my team for Arsenal... Let me show you what my team for Arsenal would be. Look at this. This would be my team for Arsenal. The exact same. I'm not taking no chance. I'm not taking no risk. Give me that same team. Give me that same football, please. I don't want to see nothing else, brother. I don't want this to get disturbed. What isn't broken can't be fixed. Go for that same team, brother, please. Yeah? Let them play Gyökeres. I know he scored yesterday. Let them get excited and play Gyökeres, please. They'll swallow him up. Easy. It is what it is, man. Maz named in top 11. Yeah, I just see that. Dope. Big up, Maz. The only one I would kind of change is Dalot for Mazraoui, but I don't think he'll change it. I think he will leave it. I think he will leave it exactly the same. You understand? But that's the only one. If I could have a chance and change, I would change Dalot for Mazraoui. I think every Man United player wants Dalot out of there as soon as possible. If Mount Shaw are injury-free, I promise you that the same will apply for Palmer. He'll be injury-free on our new medical team, especially our new doctor. Yeah, I see him. He came in. They were talking about him yesterday. Our new physio, whatever he is, our medical doctor. I see him. He come from Palace. The Asian guy, innit? So yeah. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. I don't know what we're doing over here, but we've been keeping them healthy. At one stage, we had the least injuries, and then we just had bare at once. AFCON guys, Bruno, Mainu. It went crazy at one stage. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens, my peoples, man. So that's more or less the news, man. That's more or less the news, and that would definitely be my team. Biggest in the fucking world, full stop. Come on. Is it true about Palmer? I just showed the thing about Palmer. I'll leave it on so that you can see what's going on. You get it? He wants to go back to Manchester, apparently. He's not happy with where he is. He's not happy with life down south. I keep keeping it here so you can see the Man United top of him as a kid. But this is the actual article, and this is from a Chelsea source, a top Chelsea source that they rely on. Even when you look at this article, it's been out from 7:42, 423,000 views. And he's got like 480K. So that's their aggregate page where he talks about them. Look, he's talking about other stuff. Abramovich, blah, blah, blah. Talking about their protest. When Fabrizio's talking about all of these signings. Anything Chelsea, they're talking about it over there. That's their aggregate pages. And he's saying that this is, I don't know these journalists. I can't vouch for them. This is not nothing that I'm saying is 100% true. This is Chelsea fans. So you got to make it for whatever you want to make it for. So it is where it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Appreciate that. Agree. Yeah. Don't change the team, Darren, man. I'm with you, bro. Leave the team as it is. Go out there and do the same thing. It's Arsenal. It's another team that we got to sit back from. I reckon hopefully we beat them and then it gets trickery. And this is where Carrick will get his money's worth when we play Fulham and them teams. Can we play around them and win games? That's when Carrick will get his money's worth. Man City and Arsenal, it's like, ooh, we can play the counter-attack. But when we have to break down teams, if Carrick can break down the teams, hands up. Give it your all, bro. Palmer will be a good replacement for Bruno. Yeah, in the long run. Exactly. And we haven't got that 100 million player yet. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, my peoples, man, that's all the news, man. Smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new. We're here every day. I'll probably be back on at 4 o'clock. If not, I'll be in my 10-minute video around 9 o'clock with all the Man United news. You won't miss a thing. Love my peoples. Appreciate you lot. Love.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat. They're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up? Let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat. I'm more loud. I said I'm